Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Kim, and if you're returning, thank you so much. I am so grateful to have you back. In today's video, I'll show you how I styled these really fun and cozy dough bowls for this fall season. I'll be doing 3 different styles and showing you how you can easily change up the look with just different stems or maybe some different pumpkins. Most of the supplies we'll be using today are all from Hobby Lobby and super affordable. All of these looks are very beginner friendly. So let's just jump into today's video. I always start off my dough bowls with some sort of a base. This should be something that has a lot of texture, maybe something like this stem where it has the little branches, berries. It does have a really thick stem, so it's pretty heavy. And the reason for that is because we are going to add a bunch of picks into this, and they need to grip into that so they can stay in place. Now you could use some floral foam or something like that, but I do not like to make my things permanent. I don't want to glue anything. I don't want to stick it into floral foam because this bowl will only be staying in our house for about, I don't know, maybe a month for September, and then I switch it out every holiday. It will be switching out for Halloween. So this is just a really affordable way that you can switch up your decor. Now I'm going to start adding my picks. You can pick anything that you like from Hobby Lobby. I think these are beautiful. I got them last year. They did bring them back this year, and I love the coloring on them. They have that beautiful burnt orange and then some olive green. And I feel like these will go well with pretty much any style, whether you're doing like a dark moody look or a classic fall look, these will go with anything. As I'm adding in the picks, I do try to keep things pretty even on both sides. This way it's beautiful. Your arrangement will look good from both ways. If you're putting this on a console table or something like that where you only need it pretty from one side, I would definitely go heavy on the front side that you can see. You won't have to put as much on the back, but I'm going to design this one to look good from any angle. Now I'm adding in these pumpkins from Hobby Lobby. They are back this year, which I'm super happy about because as you can see, they are very beautiful. So when you're putting your pumpkins in the bowl, don't just sit them straight down next to each other. Give them a little movement. Prop one up, going one way, and then the other one maybe leaning against it, going another way. Just give them a little movement so that they look organic and not stiff, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to be filling in with some of these maple leaf picks from Hobby Lobby. Again, these are back this year. I love these. They're such a great neutral color. Again, they will mix well. You will use them year after year. So now I'm just adding a few, just depends on how many you have or what type of fullness you want on your bowl. I like my things over the top and really full, so I do tend to add a lot. But of course, you can make this your style and do however much you would like. Okay, next we're adding these berry stems. They're a cream, a very neutral stem. Again, like I keep saying, such a good pick to add to your collection to just add some texture to any arrangement. And make sure you take the time to fluff out each one of the picks. Whenever you buy these from Hobby Lobby, they're very bent up and all stuck together from shipping. And you really need to take the time to open it up. And then like I'm doing there, once you get it in place, you can then take the wires and kind of bend them however you think they look so that they're really whimsical and organic. You don't want anything to look stiff. So just play with your stems for a little bit. And once you're completely done and you feel satisfied with how full it looks, then you can always go back and kind of adjust things a little bit. Now we're adding in some of these hop stems from Hobby Lobby, and I just love the texture and the movement that these bring. What I love about crafting these dough bowls is that there is no wrong or right way to do this. If everything looks pretty even and your colors look nice together, it's going to turn out. Just trust the process and keep adding, keep layering until you feel satisfied. We're almost done, but I just wanted to add a couple of these acorns just for a little bit more visual interest. And as you can see, I'm just moving them around, and that's what I would suggest you do. Just kind of play around with the things you're adding in until they look good. I don't always just sit it down and it looks good right away. Sometimes things on YouTube can be deceiving. Since I'm trying to make the video fun and quick, I do typically show just sliding the pics in, but that's not always the case. I do have to move things around sometimes, and I just want you to know that if you have to do that, don't get frustrated. That's okay. That's completely normal. And just, have fun with it and play with it, and it will turn out, I promise. Last thing we'll be adding are some of these branchy stems. They're very bendable. I add these into everything, not just for fall, for Christmas, for the winter decorating, even Easter, Halloween. They're beautiful, and they add so much texture and dimension. And the way that I'm adding them on the sides, it's also creating length, which is making this look even grander. We already have a lot of the little branchy, twiggy things from the very first layer we put in. However, I don't have a lot coming off of the bowl to the left and the right. So these are adding them and tricking the eye that they're just the same as the original branches we put in. And again, just making this bowl look even larger than it is. And here it is all done. Okay, let me show you how it looks styled. I just love it. These are so much fun. You guys are gonna have so much fun making these. Here it is styled on my coffee table. These are so versatile. You can style them almost anywhere. You could use this as your centerpiece for your dining table. You could put it on a console table. I've used them on my hutch. Even a kitchen island. If you have a big kitchen island, they'd be beautiful on a kitchen island. Pretty much anywhere to give that wow factor. Are you guys ready for look number 2? I didn't want to do just one. I wanted to really show you guys how easy it is to recreate these looks over and over and make them look completely different by just switching out the stems you use in the pics. So let's get started with look number 2. If you missed my Hobby Lobby shop and style video, I do suggest going and watching that. In that video, I showed all the must-have items for fall from Hobby Lobby, and I go in depth on each of these stems and why I love them so much and show you different ways you can use them. This is another way. I didn't even have a dough bowl in that video. This is just another way you can use stems from Hobby Lobby. These are the brown magnolia leaf stems. I will link these below. I did try to link a lot of the stuff from Hobby Lobby. You can't find everything online. It's better to go in store, but I did try to link a lot of it in case some of you can't get to a Hobby Lobby, including the dough bowl. I linked that as well. As you can see, we're starting off with 2 stems, basically the same as the first bowl. I just put one opposite of each other. So 2 total stems, and now we're going to be using some of these pumpkins that I just picked up this year in these beautiful jewel tones. And we'll do 1 burgundy and 1 mustard for this look. This is definitely more of the style I'm going for this year, the more dark and moody tones, which I did not have any of these colors in my collection. And all of the picks we'll be using today, well, not all of them, but the next 2 picks are new ones that I've added. And these are going to create that drama. So if you're looking for that dark moody look, then definitely consider picking up some of these, which were, I think, about $1.20. And by simply adding a few of these to all of my neutral leaves and then a couple of those darker pumpkins, it's going to completely change the look. This was the other pick that I purchased this year from Hobby Lobby to bring in the drama. It's a beautiful burgundy shade, and as you can see, it really is deepening the overall look of this dough bowl. Next, for another pop of color and also some texture, I'm going to go in with these burnt orange berry clusters. Now I just snip off pieces of these. You do not need to stick the whole thing in there. That could get a little much, a little overwhelming. Plus you get more bang for your buck when you break things up. That is a good tip for you too. If you are just starting out your collection and you don't have a lot of picks, go ahead and break them up and just stick little pieces here and there. As you grow your collection, you can make your looks fuller and fuller. That's what I do. I just add new picks and new stems each year to my collection, and I just mix and match each year to create all these different looks. Now I felt like it was missing something here in the center, so I'm going to try out these smaller velvet pumpkins. However, once I got it in there, I did not like the look of it at all. I don't know if it was because that had a gold stem and the others had a brown stem, or it was just too much velvet. I think it was just too much of that same texture. So I decided to bring the acorns back and give them a go. And I think they turned out really, really nice in this dough bowl as well. And I like how the stems kind of match the top of the acorn. So I don't know, it just looks like they go together. We are almost done designing this dough bowl, but when I stepped back, I realized it needed just a little bit more color, or in my opinion, just a little more of those deep moody tones. So I looked in my stash and again pulled out these hops stems that we used in the last bowl, and I'm going to be adding just a couple of those here and there to give just a little more color. Now we're going to go in with these same branchy little stems that I told you I love adding to everything. And again, we're going to add them on the sides to elongate the bowl and give it a grander appearance. Those stems I think were from Temu, but I will see if I can find some on Amazon for you guys. And then we're going to add in one last stem because, you know, it's Craft with Kim and I like a lot. What can I say? And I think that cream just pops and it adds just a little pop of color and just that extra texture, and I just really like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you are liking this video so far, would you please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button? It really does help out the channel. And if you haven't done so already, you can subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the fun. We have so many fall decorating videos coming soon. Now let's get started on the third and final look. I think this one is my favorite. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's the traditional fall colors, which I really, really love. They just make my heart feel so happy and warm and fuzzy. There's just something about the oranges that they're just comforting. We're starting off with these beautiful cascading stems from Hobby Lobby. These are perfect for this look as they naturally just lay very nicely. They've had these for many years at Hobby Lobby. I was afraid they wouldn't bring them back this year, but they did. So that is exciting. You can still pick these up. I'm going to be adding the same pumpkins we used on the first look. And I'm kind of using, see back here where I bent up all the stems, I'm using that as a prop to push the pumpkin up and give it that little bit of a lift and more of that organic feel. And then this one's going to go sort of lopsided off of the white one. And we'll cover up the back and all those stems in just a little bit. Now we're going to go in with these orange berry stems that we used on the last bowl and start adding those all around. If any of you guys do try out some of these dough bowls this year, would you let me know in the comments below? That is so exciting. I love talking and chatting with you guys down in the comments. And if you do try it out, let me know. Let me know how it went and if you are going to be addicted like I am now for every season and every holiday. And now you're seeing the versatility with some of these picks and why I love them so much, which is why I wanted to do 3 different styles. We're adding in, again, that same cream berry stem. And look how pretty. I already love it so much. I mean, you can make these bowls very simple. You could stop here if you're not a maximalist, or if you just don't have a lot on hand and you don't want to spend a ton more money, you could easily stop with just a few picks. I have been collecting these stems and really decorating for about 10 years now, so I have quite the collection and I just love playing in all of them and using all of them year after year. And I wanted to show you that pick. That was just a piece of this and it adds that Rafia, is that how you say that? I just love that stuff. I love the texture. To me, it kind of looks like a hay bale, which gives off that really classic fall look. What is fall styling without a little bit of hay or a hay bale somewhere, right? I mean, you gotta have at least one. Now adding in yet another pick that I absolutely love from Hobby Lobby. Again, if you missed the Hobby Lobby shop and style video. You need to check it out. It's this stem right here. It's actually a bundle, but I just cut off little pieces and used them all around. I've actually used this one in every single bowl so far. So you can cut some of these straw pieces off and then some of the textured. It almost looks like wheat. I don't know what it is. I just love the texture and I love the color of it. So here I'm just adding a little more of it all around the bowl. Again, you can see how much texture these stems bring to any arrangement that you put them in. You can do some larger pieces, smaller pieces, just mix it up, make it look very organic and natural, not too stiff. Just kind of bend them all around. Here I just snipped off one piece of an additional branch that I have, just so I could cover up those branches that I showed you earlier that are underneath that white pumpkin. They were still showing a little bit, so I decided to cut one branch, fold it in half, and try to disguise those branches a little better. And there we go. Perfect. You can no longer see them. And here it is, the third and final bowl. Again, let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite and if you'll be recreating one this fall season for your home. I don't know, I think this one is my favorite, but I also do like the dark and moody. I was going to do dark and moody colors, but then I saw this on my couch with the orange plaid blanket and it's really making me question my decision because these classic fall colors are just so beautiful. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do the classic colors in the living room and the dark moody colors in the dining room. You'll have to just stay tuned to see what I choose. Please make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video very soon. Bye!